Strange how complicated we can make things just to avoid showing what we feel. It's no shame to be born stupid, only to die stupid. A man can gasp out his life beside you, and you feel none of it. Pity, sympathy, sure, but you don't feel the pain. Your belly is whole, and that's what counts. A half yard away, someone's world is snuffled out in roaring agony, and you feel nothing. That's the misery of the world. Never do anything complicated when something simple will serve as well. It's one of the most important secrets of living. That is the remarkable thing about drinking. It brings people together so quickly, but between night and morning, it sets an interval again of years. To forget is the secret of eternal youth. One grows old only through memory. There's much too little forgetting. We have so much to say, and we shall never say it. Sometimes I used to think that one day I should wake up, and all that had been would be over. Forgotten, sunk, drowned. Nothing was sure, not even memory. You may turn into an archangel, a fool, or a criminal, yet no one will see it. But when a button is missing, everyone sees that. Why does a man live? In order to think about it. We have our dreams, because without them, we could not bear the truth. Courage is the fairest adornment of youth. It is very queer that the unhappiness of the world is so often brought on by small men. Good or ill, life is life. You only realize that when you have to risk it. It was a melancholy secret that reality can arouse desires but never satisfy them. We were all at once terribly alone, and alone we must see it through. No soldier outlives 1,000 chances, but every soldier believes in chance and trusts his luck. Our knowledge of life is limited to death. The idea of authority, which they represented, was associated in our minds with a greater insight and a more humane wisdom. I am a modern man with a strong tendency to self-destruction. I've not much interest in the important things of life, only in the beautiful things. Just this lilac here makes me happy. What comfort there is in the skin of someone you love. It's not much. You begin by thinking there is something extraordinary about it, but you'll find out when you've been out in the world a while longer. Unhappiness is the commonest thing there is. Love should not be polluted with friendship. The best way to lose a woman was to show her a kind of life that one could offer her for only a few days. A hospital alone shows what war is. Extraordinary creatures you young people are altogether. The past you hate, the present you despise, and the future is a matter of indifference. How do you suppose that can lead to any good end? Human beings are a much worse poison than schnapps or tobacco. Light doesn't shine in the light. It shines in the dark. The more primitive a man is, the better he believes himself to be. Anything you can settle with money is cheap. Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. But probably that's the way of the world. When we have finally learned something, we're too old to apply it. And so it goes, wave after wave, generation after generation. no one learns anything at all from anyone else. Modesty and conscientiousness receive their reward only in novels. In life, they are exploited and then shoved aside. I am young. I am 20 years old, yet I know nothing of life but despair, death, fear, and fatuous superficiality. Cast over an abyss of sorrow, I see how peoples are set against one another, and in silence, unknowingly, foolishly, obediently, innocently, slay one another. But that's what mankind is like. They only prize what they no longer possess. I want to think, and at the same time, that's the last thing in the world I want to do. Clothes sometimes give one more of a lift than any philosophic comforting.